Deputy Connolly, please.
I have to say I never thought that I would reach the stage where my inspiration and my renewed faith in the political process would come from a Fine Gael TD, and I have to place it on the record that it does. And I hope to be continuously surprised, but I want to thank Deputy McLaughlin for giving me that hope. I listened this morning and participated in the climate change debate, and I won't repeat what I said then. And I worried that, notwithstanding the sweet words from Minister Naughton, that we were not going to comply with our obligations under climate change legislation. And Deputy McLaughlin, you've given me new hope, and I don't know how you succeeded in getting your colleagues to agree that this bill should move on to the next stage, but well done. Because without a doubt, if we're serious in complying with, and they're inextricably linked, your bill which seeks to ban fracking and our obligations and the objectives we must meet under climate change legislation, they're inextricably linked together, and I think you accept that. And if we're going to meet our objectives, which we're not meeting, and I pointed out this morning that the EPA has told us we're not meeting our objectives, number one, we're going to face fines as a result, number two, and number three, the cost of dealing with the failure to do that in cleaning up is even more significant. And so, if we're going to meet our objectives, it's quite clear that the figure of 80% of fossil fuels must remain under the ground. So it makes no sense to go looking for more fossil fuels. And in that regard, I can't understand how licences were given in the first place. I understand 3 have been given. I'd love to know, when the Minister comes back in to respond, what is the status of that and where they're at. But how they could have been given in the absence of legislation, the absence of regulation and the overwhelming scientific evidence that this is extremely dangerous for the environment, for groundwater and for our health, really is extraordinary. So I'm going to keep my submission short and just say thank you, and I hope that this bill passes through with the speed that it needs, and I hope in relation to climate change that we come back not for more general debate, not for more Sarah Palin type of debate, but we're back here every 6 months in relation to the progress that we must make in relation to complying with our objectives under the climate change legislation.
Deputy Connolly.